Two streaming giants, prestige, exclusives, global blockbusters. But only one service can take the crown. Which one really delivers? On one side, Max, the home of iconic HBO originals and cinematic classics. On the other, Amazon Prime Video, with its vast library, epic exclusives, and a world of perks. Let's skip the promo talk and see how things really stack up. Every category scores points, so by the end, you'll know exactly who wins out. The result could surprise you.
We're going to keep things organized, all right? Here's the mind map. We'll pit Max versus Prime Video across price and value, content library, streaming quality, availability and device support, originals and exclusives, and, extras and ecosystem. 6 rounds. Got it? Cool. First off, let's talk price and value. So Max comes in with an ad-supported tier at $9.99 a month. Not too wild. And hey, if you like bundles, they do some deals with Disney Plus and Hulu. That's kind of neat. But here's the hiccup. If you want 4K streaming, get ready to cough up $21 for that ultimate plan. Yeah, and price hikes in the past couple years? Not my favorite move. Now, over at Prime Video, things get spicy. If you already pay for Amazon Prime, that $14.99 a month or $139 a year, guess what? Prime Video's included. You can also just grab streaming alone for $9 a month, which is pretty fair. 4K is included at all tiers, no upselling there. The catch? Unless you slap on another $3, you get ads. Oh, and all those rent/buy options? They clutter up the interface like crazy. But overall, value-wise, Prime Video's coming out way ahead. Prime Video takes this round. Moving on to content library. This is where a lot of people draw lines. So with Max, you get the HBO juggernauts. Game of Thrones, Succession, The Last of Us. Seriously, these are crown jewels. Plus, they've got Warner Brothers, Adult Swim, and Studio Ghibli, for all you anime heads. Downsides? Sometimes they just yank stuff without warning, and new releases aren't flying in as fast as some competitors. Prime Video, though? It's pretty wild. Huge global selection. You want Hollywood, Bollywood, or some random international indie flick? They've got all of it. Not to mention Amazon exclusives like The Boys and Rings of Power. But it can be messy figuring out what's actually free with your plan. Like, why is the rent-buy stuff mixed in? Also, people might say it's got less prestige vibes than Max, but man, the sheer variety is nuts. Winner again, Prime Video. Streaming quality up next. Max technically does up to 4K with Dolby goodies, but you gotta go for the top-paying tier at $21 a month. On their standard ad-free plan, you're capped at 1080p. A little bit of a letdown for image nerds, I'll admit. Now, Prime Video? No extra charges. 4K HDR is there on select titles, and you can stream on up to 3 devices at the same time. Atmos audio is only available if you pay up for ad-free, so, okay, it's a minor catch. But I mean, come on. 4K without extra fees is a win in my book. So, Prime Video comes in clutch here, too. Oh, and here's something cool. Did you know Max is the only place in the US where you can stream the entire Studio Ghibli library? Seriously, every Miyazaki masterpiece right there. That's something you don't get anywhere else. Next, let's talk availability and device support. Max is expanding, finally making moves in Europe, Australia, but still not in the UK or Canada as of mid-2025. Device support is decent. You can watch on basically anything, but the global rollout's kinda slow. Prime Video, though, this is no contest. It's everywhere. Worldwide. Works with pretty much any device, especially Amazon Fire stuff, which is seamless. Okay, some content might be region-locked, but overall, Prime's got the reach and flexibility. Winner? Prime Video. Again. All right, time for originals and exclusives. Max flexes hard here. Succession, White Lotus, The Sopranos, these are legit cultural moments. HBO, DC, and Studio Ghibli exclusives? That's some big fan energy. One thing, though, their focus on prestige means you'll see fewer mainstream drops. Prime Video has some blockbusters. The Boys, Jack Ryan, and the genres are all over the place, so that's fun. Still, if you're really chasing that, wow, this changed TV kind of show, Max absolutely owns this category. So, Max grabs its first win. Last category, extras and ecosystem. Okay, so with Max, you can get it bundled in some Disney Plus Hulu packs, but there's not much beyond that. The ecosystem is kind of bare bones.
Prime Video, on the other hand, is like the Swiss Army knife of streaming. You're getting it with Prime, so you have shopping, music, reading perks all in one. Plus, adding third-party channels like HBO or Paramount Plus is stupid easy inside the app. It's true, not everyone wants the full Amazon bundle, but that's a lot of value if you do. So, guess what? Prime Video wins the extras round, too. All right, here's how these two stack up across all categories. On the radar chart, Prime Video's totally popping on price, library, streaming quality, device support, and extras. Max gets that major bump with originals. Looking visually, it's pretty clear who dominates most of the map. So, wrapping up. If your life revolves around prestige TV, iconic originals, and exclusive classics, Max is the crown jewel. You're a cinephile, HBO fan, or someone who wants top-tier stuff? Go with Max. But honestly, for families, binge watchers, just everyday viewers, Prime Video is the best all-around value. You get the streaming and extras, and you probably already have it anyway. That's my take. All right, did that help you settle on your next binge pick? Stick around and subscribe, because I'll dive into more streaming matchups, breakdowns, and insider tips soon. See you in the next